Hi everyone, Marcus Lopez here, and welcome to the second episode of Black Sweater Talk. I want to begin by saying thank you to everyone who watched the first episode last Friday. The response was tremendous, and it proved that we, as a community spread all around the world, are committed to bringing awareness to mental health, and that working together, we can turn illness into wellness. It also reminded me that we shouldn't be talking about mental health one day a year or 1 month out of the year. We should be talking about mental health every day until the stigma is gone. And it's a topic we'll come back to in future episodes of Black Sweater Talk. And just a reminder that today is the last day of RYU's One More Rep campaign. So please pick up your kettlebell and get swinging. Let's bring it home today and hit the 1 million rep goal. Last week, I said that Black Sweater Talk would be a way for us to get to know each other. Today, I just want to share with you a little bit of my journey as a writer. I didn't always want to be a writer. Actually, that's not quite true. I didn't always know that I wanted to be a writer. I grew up playing the piano, mostly in church, and developing a great love of gospel music. And for a while, encouraged by my piano teachers, I thought that I wanted some type of career in music. And although music dominated my formative years, I was actually a closeted writer. I wrote stories in notebooks and journals, which I hid under my bed. And it wasn't until I returned to Canada after studying in Nice, France for 8 months, when I realized that writing more than music was my passion. And I gave myself over to it. I quickly discovered that writing is a messy affair and that the road to success is paved with many obstacles and rejection letters along the way. I wasn't going to let that stop me though. Despite how daunting the writing life could be, I knew it was my calling, and I had to heed the call. In the early part of 2005, I wrote a story about rules that really mirrored my own life. My late teens to early 20s were turbulent years, and I needed rules to govern my daily life and to ground me, and those rules were unbreakable. And that story, published in September 2005 and entitled Malachi and Cole, later became my first published novel, Freestyle Love. When Freestyle Love hit the electronic bookstores in 2011, I hoped for a bestseller, and let me tell you, that did not happen. And that disappointed because I thought I had written a good book. I mean, I'd worked hard on the manuscript, I edited, re-edited, and edited some more. The publisher told me that they loved the story and had asked for very few changes. But the reviews, some good, some or many not so good, had me doubting my talent as a writer. And so the book limped to a slow death, and when the electronic rights reverted back to me 5 years later, it was pulled off the shelves. But during those 5 years, I kept writing. I read books on writing, how I could hone my skills, how I could become a better writer. But I also wrote another novel and began researching what it would take to go into self-publishing. And I ended up going into self-publishing with my first self-published novel, The Flowers Need Watering, back in February 2017. And again with my latest novel, Everything He Thought He Knew, which came out in October of 2018. You know, because as a writer, you're in it for the long haul. Earlier this year, I read Oprah Winfrey's The Wisdom of Sundays, life-changing insights from Super Soul Conversations. One of the insights that has stuck with me is when Oprah herself writes, "All of us are seeking the same thing. We share the desire to fulfill the highest, truest expression of ourselves as human beings." That is what I'm trying to achieve through my writing by showing up every day and doing the work. And it hasn't been an easy journey over the years because people have tried to push me in other directions, encourage me to take the safe route. And for a while, I ended up stuck in what was for me the dreaded 9 to 5. But you can only run away from who you are for so long. I reached a point where I was miserable and feeling lost when I finally accepted that, you know what, I'm a writer. And that acknowledgement helped me to shift course, focus on what mattered most of all to me. And if I hadn't acknowledged that truth, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have had the courage to venture into self-publishing and make my dreams a reality. So my question today for you is this: are you living up to the highest, truest expression of yourself as a human being? Are you living the life you've imagined for yourself? Take a moment and let me know in the comments sections below. This is your life. Focus on what matters to you. Let me put it to you this way. Be still, and in that quiet hour rise. Rise to the power of who you are.